Welcome to Echoes of Hope, where stories rise from ashes and remind us that even pain can become purpose. If this is your first time here, please subscribe, like, and share this story because someone out there needs to hear it today. In the heart of a small town stood an ancient library, a quiet sanctuary where every shelf carried the weight of 1,000 lives. People said it held more than books. It held memories. But one cold night, fire swallowed it whole. The flames rose high, painting the sky red, until all that remained was smoke and silence. The people mourned. For them, it wasn't just a building that burned. It was their history. Among those who watched the ashes fall was Eleanor, a mother whose son, Michael, had died just months before. She had often found peace in that library, the smell of pages, the sound of turning stories. Now it was gone too, and the emptiness felt endless. Days turned into weeks. Then one dawn, a boy passing by the ruins stopped in shock. Right there, where ashes still lay, stood a single book, unburnt. The next night, there were 5. And then 20. Each one told a story about someone still living in the town, their joys, their regrets, their hopes. It was as if the library refused to die. Eleanor returned one evening, drawn by something she couldn't explain. She picked up a dusty, leather-bound book and froze. On the cover was her son's name, Michael. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside were stories from his childhood, moments only a mother would remember. But the last page was blank, unwritten. At the bottom, in small fading ink, were words that read, "To finish this story, write how you wish him to live on." Tears streamed down her face as she understood. Her grief wasn't a grave. It was a garden waiting for her to plant his legacy. So Eleanor wrote. She wrote of kindness, of laughter, of every heart her son had touched. And when she closed the book, something miraculous happened. The ashes around her began to glow softly, like embers awakening. The next morning, people found that the library had begun to rebuild itself, not from wood and stone, but from the stories people wrote together. Eleanor smiled through her tears. Because sometimes, what burns is not lost, it's transformed. And love, when written down, never truly ends. Thank you for listening to Echoes of Hope. If this story moved you, share it with someone who carries the weight of memory. Remember, even in ashes, there's always a story waiting to rise again.